Hey guys, it's Lish from Devalishangell. Today I'm going to show you guys how to make this cute bikini. So here's the front of it, and here's the back. I don't want to show too much cheeks, but it's scrunched up in the back and it connects to the bottoms. For the bottoms, I printed this free pattern from Gigi's Patterns, and I'm using a swimwear or performance fabric. Shout out to Gigi's Patterns for the free pattern for the bikini bottoms. I put the link in my description on how to get the pattern for free. You just go to her website, make an account, and you can download the pattern for free. It comes in a bunch of different sizes and you can print it right off your computer. I also put in my description the link to her tutorial on how to sew these bottoms. In this video I'm going to be using a different method, but both methods use the same pattern and will give you the same end result, so whichever one you feel more comfortable with. So to get started, I just folded my fabric over and I'm cutting out the front piece and the back piece on the fold. So I need 2 of the front and 2 of the back, so I'm just going to cut that out now. Now that I have my 4 pieces, I'm going to lay the 2 back sides, right sides together, and the 2 front sides, right sides together. Now I'm going to pin along the 2 leg curves and the top of the bikini, and I'm only going to sew on those sections where I have pins. The elastic is optional, but I highly suggest getting this elastic. I use it for like so much stuff I make and I still have so much left. I put the link in the description for it. I use it for all the bikinis I make. So here I'm just going to lay the elastic down and sew on top of it. And I have a serger. I am using a serger for this bikini, but you can still make this bikini if you don't have a serger. Just use a stretch stitch. So if you have a regular sewing machine, just use a zigzag or a hem stitch. And can we take a moment for these nails real quick? Like, look at how cute. So as you can see here, some of my edges hang over a little bit, so I'm just going to trim the edges so they're all nice and even. Next, I'm just going to flip the back piece right side out. Now I'm going to take that back piece that I just turned right side out and put it inside of the front piece, which is still the wrong way. And I'm just going to pull the corners so that they meet. I kind of take my time while I'm doing this, that way the bikini's not all like twisted inside and all that. But yeah, you just want to make sure those 3 corners get lined up nice and neat. So once it's in there and all 3 corners are matched up, I just kind of flatten out the corners and make it even and pin the 3 corners. So now I'm going to sew along those 3 edges. So pretty much what we're doing is connecting the front piece and the back piece at the side seams and at the crotch seam. So after I trim the threads, I'm just going to take a seam ripper and seam rip open about an inch hole near the crotch area. That way later when we sew it back together, it'll be hidden. And I'm just going to take my time and pull the swimsuit right side out. And I'm just going to do a straight stitch over that hole to close it. So for the top part of the bikini, there's multiple ways that you could do the top. So I'm just going to show you with the scarf. You could do it like this, where you wrap it around your neck and tie it at the bottom, and you can make the top part a little narrower so it's not bulky. Or you could attach it to the sides of the bottoms. You could put it at the lower part of your back and then tie it around your neck and then make the neck part a little narrower so that way it's not super bulky. But yeah, there's a bunch of ways to do this, but I'm going to show you my preferred method. My method, you don't have to tie, so there's no bulky knots. So the first measurement you need is how wide you need it to be. I recommend adding a little bit extra because it's going to scrunch up a bit. Second measurement, you want to take the tape measure and put it at the lower part of your spine and then wrap it around your neck and bring it back to that lower part of your spine. So mine was about 58 and my first one was about 6.5. So now I'm going to cut 2 long strips with those measurements. So now that I have my 2 long strips cut out that are 58 by 6.5 inches, I'm just going to put right sides together and pin along the long sides. So now I'm going to find the middle part and put it around my neck, and try not to poke yourself, while you do this. and I'm just going to see where I need to start taking it in. So that neck part, I'm going to make it thinner. That way where my neck is, it's not like super bulky. So as you can see here, right where it starts to go up towards my neck, I put 2 pins there, and I'm going to cut that thinner. This part doesn't necessarily have to be perfect at all, but usually once I cut one side, I'll just take that piece and put it onto the other side. That way it's pretty similar cuts, you feel me? So now I'm going to just pin along that curve. And as you can see here, it's a lot less bulky and more comfortable. Now it's time to just sew those 2 long edges, and again I like to put the elastic on top of the edge while I sew it. And I know I really need to get an elastic foot, but you know, just been balling on a budget. So once both sides are sewn, I'm just going to flip it right side out. So to sew the back of this, I'm just going to put it on like how I would normally wear it. And I'm just going to pull the ends around to like the lower back part of my spine. You want the top to fit a little snug so it stays in place. So I'm just going to pin it together here. Try not to stab yourself in the back. After all, friends from high school did that enough. Kidding. No, I'm not. Anyways, once that's good, I'm just going to take it off. And then I'm going to just fix up these pins because it was a little messy. But as you can see here, your pins should kind of be like at an angle. And the top of it is twisted because when you would put it on like normal, it would twist around your neck. So I'm just going to serge this part. And again, if you have a sewing machine, you can just cut and trim it. So this is what the back of it looks like now, and then I'm just going to scrunch it up and then attach it to the bottoms. So I make like a loop thing to attach the back of the top to the back of the bottoms. So I'm just cutting a 2-inch strip here, and then I'm going to fold it in half right sides together and just sew along that edge to make like a strap. So once I sewed it, I'm just going to turn it right side out with my strap turner. So to make the back of it evenly scrunched, I'm just going to sew 2 straight lines down each side of that seam. As you can see, I already did one there. But pretty much you want to make the stitch length as wide as you can. And then you're just going to sew a line and make sure you do not backstitch at all. And leave your ends long. Like, don't trim the threads. Leave them about like 5 inches. I'm just going to carefully pull the ends of the thread until it scrunches up how I like it. And then I'm going to sew it right onto that strap that I sewed so it stays in place. So I'm just going to do like a zigzag stitch over that. And it was pretty thick, I'm not gonna lie, so it was a little hard to like get under my sewing machine. I had to like lift up the presser foot a bit and give it like a little push, you know. But I eventually got it under there. So this part is the part I was talking about, can be kind of challenging, but I think the end result's definitely worth it. But when I fold over the strap, all the seams are going to be hidden, so it looks cute like that. So the last step is just to fold over that strap and then attach it to the back, and I just simply pin it and then sew it with a straight line, and I go over it a couple times so it's nice and secure. And then that's it. You just trim the excess straps and trim all the threads. To put it on, you just put on the bottoms as normal, and then you will put your arms through the big loop and then just wrap that loop, twist it and wrap it around your neck, and then you're just gonna from the back just go around and straighten out that top part, and there you go, voila. This was the final result. I hope you guys like this tutorial, and if you have any questions, just leave them below. If you want to see more of my work, you can follow me on Instagram, and as always, thanks for watching.